Good afternoon, everyone. Today's vlog will be slightly different than the ones before. I'm here with my friend and yoga teacher Sandra.
Hi everybody.
And today I want to focus on being more in the present moment and connecting to your core, something that has been very important and requires a lot of practice, but it's something that's really helping me feel more comfortable on stage, perform better, feel happier generally in life. And I think it's a very important thing for all performers, especially because actually the only thing you want is to be in the moment when you're on stage. There's a lot of distraction and pressure, and I think Sandra really knows how to help me with this, and she has a good understanding for what it means to be on stage, and I really think that she's the perfect person to have for today's vlog to help me with some exercises. Yeah, that's what we're gonna do today. So for me, and I think for most musicians, the most important thing of being on stage is being in the moment, in the present moment. And that can be difficult at times because the situation is always different. So that has been kind of a struggle for me, and doing certain exercises have really helped me getting better at this. As a child, it almost goes automatically because it's just a fun thing you do without thinking about it too much. But as you get older, sometimes the thoughts of all kinds of different things can get in the way of being in the present moment. And Sandra, she's gonna help me with some exercises to get better at this.
Yeah, so it's very known. You see a lot of people, we tend to be busy what's coming next, right? And very high in our body. So what we're going to do today is to make you feel grounded. We're going to focus on the breath, and the breath is key with all of this. The breath is what brings you back to the moment. So I'd love you to close your eyes for a moment, if you don't mind. And just observe your breath right now. Observe how you're feeling right now, how your body feels. And then just take a moment to view your exhale. So what does your body do as you're exhaling? And what does your body do as you're inhaling? And as you exhale, perhaps you notice that your body is moving down over. So you're starting to feel the earth underneath you. Perhaps you feel that you're getting lower and lower into the earth with each exhalation. And that in yoga is what we call the apana breath. So the downward moving force of your breath. Downward movement of your body. At the same time, we release the body. So you release your shoulders, your collarbones, as if they fall to the earth with your exhalation. Your jaw, your tongue. And as you inhale, you feel the upward breath, pranavayu. You feel how it's rising, and at the same time, the viyana, as how you're opening your chest, how you're creating space in your body. Space between your shoulder blades, space between your heart. Now, what I'd like to do now is that we take that moment to come into the fully present moment, and that is to really go within the moment of breath. So as you exhale completely, take a moment of pause, a moment of rest, and then inhale fully. And again you pause. Without creating tension in your shoulders, just let go. And you exhale completely. Take a moment before you inhale again. And see if you can prolong each moment between breath. the magic is that within each moment of breath, there is nothing but the present moment. Nothing is in movement but that moment. So for you at home, perhaps you'd like to do the same and take a moment within breath. And stay there. Try to prolong that moment. Try to hold your breath a little longer and experience the prana within your body. Experience the life force that is within you. Connect. And let go of what is outside of you. And then gently coming back, you make sure you exhale completely. And then you inhale normally again and exhale. And what I like to do after I've closed my eyes for a while is just to rub the hands together. And then gently placing the hands above the eyes as 2 cups, absorbing the warmth of the hands. You open your eyes. And then you release your hands. I notice the tension that is between your shoulders and that you hold, and you also said it and you mentioned it, obviously from carrying your instrument as well and holding onto it. So it would be great to do some exercises to create some more of a relaxation within the shoulders and to release some tension there. So are you up for that?
Yes, yeah? Totally.
Also for you at home, and of course we'd like to know if it helped you, so do leave a comment underneath this vlog. So one thing I truly love and to also feel that connection within the body is the free movement of flow. So what you do is that you are actually listening to what your body needs. A lot of times we tend to say, okay, this is a set course of exercises that we're going to do. You place your hands on your legs, on your thighs. And as you inhale, you're just going to gently move forward and you open your chest. And as you exhale, you bring your belly button in and up over.
And the shoulders go up, right?
The shoulders go front.
Front.
So like you're rounding your back. So as you inhale, you lengthen. And again, you can use that movement of breath. You see, as I said, inhale, you lengthen and you open, right? Yeah. And as you exhale, you're going down over. At the same time, you're creating a core cultivation. Yeah. So you're cultivating your core. So as you inhale, you open and you look up. And you exhale, down over. Now make sure you don't clench your jaw. Also, if you're doing and practicing with us at home, just try to keep the lower face relaxed and connected to your breath. Now what I really like is that if you're holding on to something that you really like to let go, to also really use that exhalation and just sigh out.
It's funny because moments that I start losing my concentration on stage or get a bit anxious or self-conscious, it's when I'm in this position. And then if I put my attention to the space I'm playing in or the audience and I open this up, then directly I switch my focus. So it's actually very related to...
That's very special and interesting. It makes sense, right? Because you're opening yourself up.
Yeah.
Right? So you're opening yourself up to the audience as well. Now, so we're doing the cat-cow movement, right? The rounding and the going down. And then gently we're going to make a circular movement. And this is where you really listen. Okay, does my body want to keep it small? Do I want to keep it small right now? Or do I feel I really need to open it right now and create that space? And it's very interesting because this can also change. Right? In the one moment you can really feel like you really want to open or really want to keep it inwards and small and very gentle, slight movements. Now we also want to move the other way around. And what do you feel? Do you feel like you want to move your head with it as you're doing this? Or do you think, no, I'd like to just stay like this? Because that's another option, is where you really go forward and you turn your head around.
I feel like I want to give this some more...
Yes.
Like it feels like if I move this, the rest, this upper part stays kind of in place. But here, if I move like from the neck as well, or the shoulder, it gives some more freedom somehow.
Nice. Okay. So you gently come back to the middle again. And then as you inhale, you bring your arms up. And try to bring them above your head. And as you exhale, you gently bring your hands down. And it's like you're bringing a wave over you. And again, it's drawing the attention down over to the earth, but at the same time creating space. Now try to even, as you bring it forward, try to stretch your back a bit more forward.
Oh, yeah.
And then as you exhale, really taking that wave back and bring your belly button in and up over.
Okay.
So we make use of that this movement is immediately also core cultivation. Which is very important, right, for the strength that you need. And again, I like to sigh a lot, so you inhale deeply. And you exhale.
Do you bend your lower back, or does it stay?
It moves with you. So you're gently also moving your hips forward.
Right.
Yeah?
Yeah.
So just as you did before, where you're moving like that, you're now again moving gently from the hips, from the thighs. And we'll do it one more time. And you exhale, coming back down. Okay. How does that feel for you now?
Yeah, good. I suddenly felt that this part is
this part, right? Yeah. Now, another way of creating more space in the upper body is using the movement within the Vihana Vayu. So you exhale completely, you bring your hands together. At the same time, you bring your belly button in and up over. And then you inhale, you open, you create the space in your chest. If you want, you look up, but only if this feels okay for you. And as you exhale, you bring it small, you bring your hands to your heart. And you inhale, lengthening, opening from the sitting bones, and exhaling. This way we use the shoulders as well. You create more space. You are present here right now, right? Yeah. It's like hugging the world around you. And exhale gently, coming back to the middle. And just take a moment to feel. So place your hands in front of your heart in Anjali Mudra, bowing your head, connecting with your heart. And you inhale deeply and exhale completely. Now we did these exercises seated, and we can do a little bit more while we're on our hands and knees.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I have to say that I don't have this pillow at home, and it feels so much better because usually if I sit in the meditation pose for too long, then one of my feet will start falling asleep. So
another way is that you can roll up your mat.
Yeah.
And create like a little bit of a height for yourself.
Okay. Yeah.
I actually prefer that to my pillow.
Yeah? Okay.
Yeah. Or you could use a book or a couple of books to just create that height for yourself. Okay, place your hands underneath your shoulders. And your knees are hip width apart. Yeah. And your knees are underneath your thigh bones. And in your inhale, you lengthen, look up. And exhale with your chin towards your chest. You round your back. And your belly button is in and up over again. Deep inhale, looking up. And exhale, pushing into the earth. Chin towards your chest. Inhaling, look up. And exhale, come down again. Now as you inhale, try to keep your shoulders above your hands. Yeah? And exhale. And rounding your back again. Then as you inhale, you look up. And then you exhale as you open your chest with your hips, your thighs to your ankles. Into child's pose. You walk your hands forward a little bit, and then you rest with your head onto the floor. Just take a few moments here And try to really let go of your heart onto the earth with your exhalation. And then gently bringing your hands back alongside of your body, alongside of your legs. And what we're going to do is roll up very gently, vertebra by vertebra. Taking your time, chin towards your chest. And as you inhale and you come up, you bring your shoulders towards your ears. And you exhale, gently moving down again. And then you take a moment here, and you can place your left hand above your heart, your right hand above your belly button. And you just observe this moment. And most importantly, the downward movement of breath. Again, releasing your shoulders. I'm just going to help you a little bit, because I see you're bringing them high. You just let them go. Now another exercise that I really love is when you're actually sitting here in Virasana and then placing your hands together, pulling your belly button in and up over for the strength of your core. And then you inhale, you bring your hands towards your heart, and you exhale, you bring your hands and arms forward. And this is a nice moment to actually place an affirmation to it. For example, I let go of what I no longer want to hold on to. You know, perhaps there's something in your day that you want to let go of consciously. Always connected to your breath, so your inhalation and your exhalation. Okay, now we were talking about, before we started this video, we were talking about core cultivation and the importance of it. So you really cultivate that strength for yourself, that you're not grabbing your instruments from your arms, but that you're really using your core for that. Also, when you're sitting in front of the audience, that you're sitting present and straight, right? And for that also you need your core. So would you like to do some core exercises?
Sure. There's one thing about that. Usually or often it happens when I'm in a rush or something and I have to catch a train. I have my suitcase and my cello and I obviously just rush, so I don't think about how I'm using my body.
Of course.
So, and then when I catch the train and I'm sitting inside, I notice how tired everything was because I didn't do it from my core. I just schlepped everything in as fast as possible. So that's something. And then also on stage, you notice that things are not optimal sometimes because you don't do it from inside really. It kind of comes from just your arms and so how to make that more of your own in a way, right? Practice. Okay. Like
practice is key, you know. The more you use your core, the more you will use your core. The more you're aware of your core, the more it will become more natural to you. So and the nice thing is, if you do these exercises every day, you will carry it with you because you've prepared your core for it, you've activated it. Like you get out of bed, you do your exercises, at that moment your core strength is there, you know, and it will carry you more. At the same time, you know, by just that simple exercise of pulling your belly button in and up over, that's already in itself an activation, right? You feel it? We call those, that's a part of the bandhas as well, so the energy locks. And what you're doing is, by breathing, you're actually locking that energy in your body. So you carry that with you. Okay. So a nice exercise and an easy exercise for core cultivation is that you come on your knees again. So basically, if you do all these exercises, you come into a mini flow, right? You were on your knees, you're from child's pose. You can place your hands in your elbows. You go forward, placing your elbows underneath your shoulders. Then you place your hands forward and you cross the fingers of your hands and you really press your hands and your lower arms into the earth. You lift your knees off of the ground and you exhale, you move forward with your upper arms and your shoulders. And you inhale down over, and you're looking between your legs. So you inhale, going forward again, and exhale, going back.
Oh, I'm shaking.
So ideally, you'd repeat that 6 times. Then
Okay.
you rest. Okay. Now, if you're doing this at home and you're struggling with your knees up, or if you feel, okay, I'm shaking a lot, and a modification would be is that you just leave your knees on the ground.
Okay.
Okay, so maybe you want to try the difference. So you place your hands again in your elbows, going forward onto the ground.
And then
You bring your hands forward.
Yeah.
You cross your fingers. You really push your hands and your lower arms into the ground. And then you exhale, just move forward with your shoulders. And you inhale back over. And sometimes it needs 6 times like this before you go on to lifting your knees off the ground. And you could place your knees apart a little bit more to create more balance. Yeah. Making sure you use your breath. So do you feel difference like this? Do you feel something like this?
Sorry?
Do you feel something like this?
Less.
Yes,
Less.
okay,
I don't feel it in my stomach so much.
Right.
But I feel it in my shoulders.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, so then I'd rather have you
Right.
it do it with the knees off the ground.
Yeah.
So you really get that core cultivation. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then after that, you can just rest in child's pose again, bringing your arms back and just taking a moment there. And whenever you're ready, Ella, you can just come up. Gently. I tricked you there. No. I'm ready to go.
One question about this position.
Yes.
Sometimes I feel it in my heels and
You're going
here.
a bit too far. Yeah, you could choose to bring your legs apart a little bit, if that feels a bit better. And otherwise, again, use a pillow or a book
Okay.
to just help you a little bit there. Yeah.
All right. I think this is really great because, I mean, with everything, it's just a matter of practice. And sometimes, especially when I feel like I don't have much time, I rather practice an hour extra on the cello than actually do something that I know will help me a lot also in the rest of the day. So this is something I'm trying to take more seriously and really work on for myself to strengthen from the inside and not just from the outside.
Yeah.
So.
Well, it will create a sustainability.
Right.
Right? If you take care, the self-care, right? It will make you last much longer.
Right.
And that's important, right? Especially in your line of work.
Yeah.
We want you to be playing in the next 40 years as well, right? So.
For sure. I sometimes feel it's difficult to do these things without these exercises, without guidance. Sometimes I try to follow a YouTube video, a tutorial of a yoga teacher. Sometimes, but not enough. I go to a class. But what do you think is the best way to practice these things by yourself? Is there a specific time you set free for it every day? Or what would you recommend to do? And how much time does it take to actually feel the difference in your day?
That's a very good question. I believe that once you actually implement it in your life, it will become a part of your life. So the practice becomes your life in a way. But to start, it would be good to just be aware of your breath and to really take those moments anytime. So when you're going to the toilet even, you know, and you take that time to just focus on your breathing and to bring that awareness back to the downward flow of breath. Right. It's on the toilet. but it can really help you to get recentered. Yeah. Basically, it's feeling your feet back onto the earth again and being aware of that groundedness, right? Yeah. So that's just to take away those heavy thoughts, right? To come back to this present moment. Now, as in exercises, there is no set time that you'd have to practice. Now, I prefer practicing in the morning because it carries me throughout the day. But there are people that prefer practicing before bedtime.
Yeah. What I notice, if I practice in the morning, sometimes I'm more stiff. Yes. So it takes more time to actually get into the flow of things. Yes. But in the evening, I feel more kind of peaceful anyway.
I get that.
But I don't know.
And it's very normal because you are more stiff in the morning. But they actually say that if you then do it in the morning, you get your natural state of being.
Okay.
So you have much more effect if you do it when you're feeling stiff than when you are already loose and moving.
Right.
But to really get that discipline, because that's it, is putting your mind to it and then keeping it up for, let's say, 3 weeks. And they say once it becomes a habit, you know, you keep on doing it. And then I really do believe that connection is key. So finding your friends, your like-minded people, do it together with them, talk about it, you know, finding your teacher and going there.
Yeah, no, it's true. I have a couple of friends who also are interested in these things, and when I'm with them, they're also musicians, so it's perfect because we just set aside a bit of time together to do, and then it's so much easier. And sometimes more fun, and
absolutely connect with the people that give you this energy as well, and that realize the importance of self-care, because that's it. And we're so used to brushing our teeth, right, or I don't know, combing your hair in the morning or something like that. But we don't tend to take this little moment of self-care. So really planning that. But then community carries you. Yeah. I do believe that.
It was one of my New Year's resolutions to do something, even if it's 15 to 20 minutes every day, to work on this. And I have to say, there were a couple of days I couldn't do it in the morning because I had to take a 7 o'clock train. And those days I really feel the difference. So it's interesting for me to feel the change. And
I love that you say that you had to catch the train, but what were you doing on the train?
Sleeping. But yeah, it's true.
Right? Yeah. You could just take a couple of exercises and do them on the train. Yeah. And even if you think of that core movement, what we did, you can do it very slightly and just bring the awareness back to your core. So it doesn't have to be so set, I have to roll out my mat and I have to sit there in front of my altar or whatever, you know. No, just take those moments in between and make it more a part of your life. We were talking about living from the heart. Yeah. Yeah. So that's a little bit of that moment of connection as well, right? People that give you that energy and the heart connection with people, but also bringing your mind to your heart. We tend to be very high up in the mind. I can imagine as a musician as well, before you have to go up, all these thoughts race through your mind, you know, and sometimes a lot with stuff that's going on outside of you. Yeah,
the overwhelming feeling, I call it. Yeah,
I can really imagine that. So to then make that heart connection. Yeah. Because what you're doing is from your heart, and the moment that you are playing the cello, you are playing from your heart, right? People can hear that. But to take that moment to already make that heart connection. Right. And that you can do with that exercise of breath. Yeah. Or just taking a moment to bow down, you know, bringing your head to your heart. It immediately makes that connection for yourself. Yeah. And
it reminds me of playing chamber music. Like when I play chamber music with people I really connect with. So when I'm playing a quartet with, I don't know, friends or just people you really like and you feel you have the same musical ideas, you immediately feel the connection, and then it's so much easier to play. Yeah. And when you're in a situation that you're not so happy with, or you have to work more to achieve what you want, the sense of togetherness, then either I feel very uncomfortable or you have to really fight the feeling of feeling at ease and that you're doing something you enjoy and that you feel you're happy with the results on stage. And so that's something I would like to get better at, is just to accept the situation and just to feel within yourself that you're fine with whatever is happening around you, so that you don't get so influenced by the surrounding or the unpleasant things people can sometimes say or think, you know, so...
That's great how you said it. The area surrounding you is not you. Right? And that's not the present moment either. Yeah. And a lovely thing is that you don't know what other people are thinking.
That's true.
You only know what you're thinking. Right? Yeah. So to get to that realness, really, to that, and that eliminates the rest. And it can happen very fast once you connect to that.
Yeah. So I hope you enjoyed our video. And by the way, this is Sandra's yoga studio. Her studio is called Poucke Wave. And well, if you find this video helpful, I would really recommend coming to her classes. It's really a lot of fun and she's amazing. And yeah, let me know what you think about these exercises and what you think could be an interesting next vlog subject. Or if you have any questions, please ask me or Sandra.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Ella, for asking me. It was a true honor.
Thank you.
And I love following you and seeing how you're, continuing as a cellist and you're beautiful. That what you're creating in this beautiful world. So thank you guys for joining us.
Thanks.
Bye.
Bye.